hang on, let's stop right there. Conceived as an effort to unify. I mean, how boneheaded can you be in these days and times to think that that somehow would unify anything?
Your question is how boneheaded would you have to be? Go ahead and put me down as very.
I got it.
Right?
Continue. Yeah.
So then here's the question. Um, is there going to be a compliance monitor evaluating the decibel level? For example, if I were to stand up there and say, whatever it is that I say in this tone of voice very quietly, is that
Yeah.
discriminating against Muslims? On the other hand, if Miller, you get up there with your loud, piercing voice and are shouting the Muslim call to prayer at the top of your lungs, would that violate the spirit of this new revision?
As you do often, we both do often, because we just, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look, I'll go back to what I said yesterday. Okay, fine. Stand on the steps, stand on your head. I don't care. And recite the Muslim call to prayer on Friday. But then next Friday, recite the Lord's Prayer. And then the Friday after that, um, some Jewish prayer. And then the Friday after that, some Buddhist thing. And then however many Fridays down the road, do the whole atheist thing. I mean, come on.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. I think that in the effort to get everything perfect, we're not getting anything right.
No, and when it relates to, and this is a pattern. This is a pattern that happens over and over again. The emphasis on understanding Islam. Dude, this goes back years ago, right? New York City public schools. I don't know if it's still happening now, but there was a required class in New York City, at least part of New York City public schools. Um, I don't remember even what the name of it was. It was basically understanding Islam, being sensitive to Islam and what it's all about. Yet, if New York public schools or San Francisco public schools or whomever uh, had a same course on understanding the sensitivity of Christians or Jews, it would have been shot down immediately. So this is just part and parcel of the whole hypocritical deal. And again, man, I've told you time and again. I mean, you and I've talked time and again. I do not understand, and I think I know liberals almost as well as anyone. This incessant uh, obsession with just being cheerleaders for Islam. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Because one more point. Because inclusion, they can say that all they want, but there are plenty of examples we could talk about for the rest of the show where liberals are anything but inclusive.
Yeah, it's like there's this special category to well, you know what? There's a certain extent to which I get it. I mean, there's this eggshell walking on vibe narrative. Um, but on the other hand, they're the only religion that will cut your head off if you disagree. So I don't. I mean, I don't. But I don't know. It
No,
just
go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
no. I'm just exhaling in frustration.
Well, me too. And obviously, I love to talk a million miles an hour. And when I get a bit ruffled by a topic such as we're talking about now, it even cranks up the speed a bit more. But perhaps, okay, just perhaps, a tack, if you will, of conservatives, and of course, this would, as I'm thinking it through, would probably backfire as well. But excuse me, in, instead of focusing on, and you know what? Let's be honest. Republicans do the same thing on the other side. We all do the same thing on the other side. The Democrats. Um, rush to tell us how terrorists aren't Muslims and Muslims aren't terrorists, and then we jump all over them for trying to disassociate the two. To me, it would be more effective for the Republican Party, for conservatives, for whomever thinks radical Islam, what is Islam, is 7th century stuff, to maybe focus on not sawing off heads, not uh, Charlie Hebdo, but on stuff we've talked about a lot. Stoning women to death. You know, a woman that accuses someone of adultery has to have 4 witnesses. Not women not being allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. Homosexuals. There were at least 4 homosexuals hung in our good pals country, Saudi Arabia, last month. Maybe we just need to yeah, God, dude, I'm just frustrated, but it's a mess, man.
Yeah.
That is my rant for the day.
No, I totally get it, man. And even this with, how do you feel about this? So Duke has got the pressure. Obviously, Franklin Graham um, makes a comment about it,
Right.
and then obviously Twitter had a big, comments about it. Now, what do you think about this? I don't know, half step.
By Duke?
Yeah.
I think it sucks. I mean, I think, unless, as I said earlier, unless you do kind of a rotation on Fridays representing different religions, then, and back to boneheaded, it's ridiculous because all it does in this properly charged environment in which we live, Charlie Hebdo, just another example, it just exacerbates the problem. It doesn't. No, it makes it worse. It doesn't do anything as it relates to understanding the peaceful religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, dude, I'm worn out. I'm gonna go take a nap. Can you carry us through till about 3 o'clock?
It's because you're overwhelmed with the excitement of your new toy, man. Are you a toy guy? Do you like getting new stuff and playing with it and figuring it
Oh,
out?
absolutely, always have.
Oh, I'm such a toy guy, man. Totally.
See, I had for years. I mean, it um, subsided somewhat in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. But the whole car thing, the whole car toy, big boys toys thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I mean, setting aside your Audi station wagon.
It's an Avant.
Okay, we went through this.
Yeah, yeah, we have gone through this. No, frankly, I'd love to be in a position to be a car guy. Just sitting here in Newport Beach all the time. I mean, it's not open now, but when my window to my office is open, there's a very main street right next to me, and I can hear scorching because it's an uphill. I can hear the racing of Italian exotic, of English exotics, of German exotic. And I was like, oh man, I need a garage.
There we go. And not a big fan of English cars here, although the newer Jags, probably a little bit better quality than they used to be. But like, let me ask you this, okay? If
Jeez,
you,
Aston Martin, man.
well, no, I know. I am thinking like Jaguar. For years owned by Ford, and every new model that came out, there was always in the analysis of it, car magazines. There was always a quote something like too many Ford bin parts in this car. But let me ask you this, okay? If you First of all, how large would the garage have to be? Let's just do this. 3, 4 cars, whatever have you. Like ideally, like what would you have? Because it's got to be different stuff. You know what I mean? They can't all be like exotic Italian cars or sports cars or whatever. If you had, let's do four. If you had like 4 automobiles, almost regardless of brand, to an extent, like what would they be?
Oh, that's very easy. I would have an Audi RS6 Avant. I would have a Porsche GT3. I would have either an S8 or an S550, and I would have a Range Rover.
See, I'm with you on most of that. I mean, you got to have let's see. You got to have an exotic sports car in there. Um,
GT3.
yeah, I might have to have two because I have to have a might have to have a Ferrari. Maybe not. I don't know. But you got to
I would
have
go. What I would do there is I'd go Lamborghini because it's owned by Volkswagen, and so it's just going to be a quadrillion times more reliable. Buddy of mine bought a Lamborghini Gallardo about a year and a half ago, and I drove it.
right,
That's the V8 one.
right.
Um, and he went to he was serious. The guy's just absolutely loaded. In fact, this is an interesting capitalistic story. I'll tell you later about it, how he got his money. But when you bought your Apple computer yesterday, he made a few bucks. Um, anyway, he
See,
went back and forth. What's that?
no, go ahead.
He went back and forth between Ferrari and Lamborghini, and just felt that the creature comforts in the Lamborghini, plus also, and it's funny to think about this. You're spending a couple $100,000 on a car,
Right.
and just the cost of maintenance for the Lamborghini because it's German Audi engineering, not crazy Italians. It's a
Mm.
fraction of the cost.
Well,
But are
but
you really thinking about maintenance when you're talking about these dream cars?
see,
Like,
it's the same thing. It's
I need a
exactly the same thing.
Diablo, I need a Range Rover, I need a Porsche. I was with Housem on a couple of those, but I needed the Diablo.
And the thing is, too, I mean, it's like, the old, what's the gas mileage, and whatever. And it was like, if you have to worry about the gas mileage, then you shouldn't be thinking about buying this car. I just think, and Housem, you of all people understand image, all right? So, so,
That was an interesting compliment.
so, well, I told you I'm left-handed. So the question to me is, would you rather tell people you had a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? Setting aside the fact that Lamborghinis do look a bit exotic and bizarre. So I don't know. That's just me. And I would ask you the same question as it relates to an Audi. Would you rather tell someone you have an M5 or whatever the hell Audi you mentioned? I'm just saying, dude.
An RS6, which is the basic direct competitor. Well,
Well,
here's
see,
the thing.
because you back in the day, you would have been a Saab owner then.
No, but I did spend a week and a half in England driving around in a Saab Turbo, and it was so much fun.
They were
Um,
really fun. Four-cylinder engines too.
yeah. Here's the thing: is that part of the reason why I like, especially in Newport Beach, one of the things I like about Audi is it's just not as often seen. I mean, the number of M5s and Porsche turbos that I see driven by housewives to the grocery store here in Newport Beach, it's like, God, everybody has one.
I get it. And by the way, we're messaging behind the scenes. Ditto on the Bugatti, which is also owned by Volkswagen, I think.
Yes, it
Uh,
is.
that's a cool car. But I don't know, man. I just
But that's a there's a remember I told you I was up in Beverly Hills last Saturday,
uh-huh.
and I forget the name of the retailer. But they have a company Bugatti that sits right in front of their store. So
Hmm.
anytime you're on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, there's a Bugatti sitting right there, and it's always got a trillion people. And I've only, even here in Southern California, I've only seen a handful of them driving around.
Well, the
Um,
thing is like 1,000,003 or something right
well,
now, isn't it?
exactly. I mean, I can get it. I can go get a Porsche GT3 for. I can get three, four of them for the price of one Bugatti.
I'm with you on that. Listen, you guys, we are already out of the half hour. We will come back. We will bump Tapson and come back and talk about cars for the rest of the show. This is the Right Mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum. Don't go away. Do not go away.